Namaste and welcome to Pramanik Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazani. Help you raise your vibrations and become your true self with the help of Vedic astrology. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. You will be getting Vedic astrological videos just like this one. In this video, we are going to talk about the 11th lord through the houses. Yesterday we talked about the 10th lord through the houses. Today we are going to talk about the 11th house. Okay. Before that, those who believe in the work I do and want to support me to join that, I create a special live stream once a month for members only, and sometimes members only chat as well. The free content will keep on coming. Okay, but if you believe in the work I do and want to support, please go and join that. Today we are going to talk about the 11th house, guys, and if you're watching this, don't forget to hit the like button. Next thing is 11th lord through the houses. What is the house? What is the 11th house? 11th house um, is the house of gains, as we know. But if you look at the position of the 11th house is second to the 10th, is dhanasthan to the karmasthan, because it is second to the 10th house. Then it is 12th to the 12th, that is, it is loss to the loss. Okay, and it is 10th from the 11th, 10th from the second to the 10th, and 10th to the second, and 12th to the 12th. And one more thing, it is 6th from the 6th. So it is the obstacle to the obstacle, loss to the loss. That's why it is your ultimate gains. Okay, and it is 10th from the second house of finances. It is the house of your social interactions. It is the ultimate Kama Trikona house. We have three Kama Trikona houses. Trikona itself means trine. We have 12 houses. We have 4 trines. Those are 4 motives. What are those 4 motives? Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. 159 are Dharma Trikona houses. Dharma Trikona houses are the houses which aligns you to your purpose. Okay, the 159. Okay, we have talked about this. Next is Artha Trikona houses. Those are 2, 6, and 10. And then the Kama Trikona houses, which is 3, 7, and 11. Kama literally means desire. The 11th house is the house of the ultimate desire, is the house of ultimate gains, is the house of your fulfillment of desires. Dreams can be seen with the 11th house. It is the ultimate Kama house. And the next trine is Moksha Trikona, which is 4, 8, 12, which is all about spirituality and emotional stability and mystical and spiritual things. Okay, so yes, today we are going to talk about the 11th lord. Now, how this 11th lord will play in your chart. Okay, so let's talk about the 11th lord into the first house. First house is the house of your personality. 11th house is the house of gains. So now the lot of the gains is coming into the first house. First house is not only the Kendra but also the trine house. Okay, that's why first house is very important house of our horoscope. Now the lot of the gains is coming in here. 11th house is also the house of enjoyments and group activities or the social interactions, social activities, right? If you look at the Kama Trikona houses, third house is the first house where we start the interaction. The third house, we always talk about the communication. It is the first house where we start to connect with the other people, our siblings usually. When we are playing around in home, we are in during our childhood especially. And then the seventh house is the house of marriage, another interaction with the other people. And then we will have the 11th house, that is the ultimate social interactions one could have, which are all about connecting with the larger organizations, you know. And it is about your hobbies. 11th house is 7th to your 5th house. 5th house is your passion. Other people connected with your hobbies are this 11th house. That's why you connect with the organizations which are involved into things you are interested in. Suppose you are interested into flying, okay? So you will find a flying club in your town or in your city, and you will join that club, and that will help you to create allow you to get towards the fulfillment of desires. That's how 11th house works. 11th house is very important because of its position. 12th to the 12th, second to the 10th, 6th to the 6th, 10th to the second, and 7th to the 5th house. Okay. So another thing about the 11th house is um, enjoyment. And now the lot of the enjoyment is coming into the first house of your personality. So these people are um, are people who will enjoy the life. They won't shy away from the enjoyment. They won't pretend that they don't like enjoyment. If they do enjoy, they will simply share, yes, they enjoy these things. Okay. That's what the 11th lord into the first house does. Next is the 11th lord into the second house. Now 11th house is the house of gains, and second house is the house of second house has many significations like finances, your family, friends, your immediate family, childhood family, your friends, your speech, your resources. Your resourcefulness can be seen with the second house. Now the lot of the gains is going into the house of finances. So it will make this person fortunate with money. More than fortunate, will make him happy about the gains, because it is fourth from the 11th house. And the fourth house is the house of happiness. So the lord of the 11th house is going four places away from it into the second house, and is will be able to give happiness to this person with respect to the resources, right? We oftentimes see many people who might have all the resources, but either they don't have time to enjoy it, or they are, having resources does not guarantee happiness. Money can give you things which you already have, but it just amplifies things, right? If you are cheerful right now, even without money, when you get money, you will be even more cheerful. Okay. And if you're sad, and if you get more money, it will amplify the sadness. Okay. So now it also brings happiness to this individual with 11th lord into the second house. Next is the 11th lord into the third house. Third house is the house of your skills. And one more important thing about the third house is it is the house of karma trine, right? Now the lord of one karma trine is going into another trine. It happens when a lord is placed from 159 from each other. It's called Navapancham, or we call it trine. Okay, it's basically five signs away, 5 or 9 signs away. So 3, 7, 9 are the trine. So the 11th lord, 3, 7, and 11, not 9. 3, 7, and 11. So the 11th lord is going into the third house. It shows a person. We were talking about the third lord significations. Third lord is about the communication, is about intelligence. Intelligence is often overlooked with the third house. Third house is also about your strength, is about your motivation, is about your self effort. If you have a healthy third house and third lord, well dignified, happy, and all the aspects, conjunctions, everything is perfect for the third lord and third house, it makes person well directed in life. These people take good, well directed efforts to achieve their dreams. Now the 11th lord into the third house makes these people gain with their self effort towards the uh, towards their hobbies. Okay, so they can gain through their hobbies with their self effort. Okay, third house is also the house of siblings. Now the lord of the 11th house, the lord of the labastan, is going into the third house of siblings. Here it it creates a great bond between the siblings, but the relation will be mixed one. There will be a sense of competition with the siblings. At the same time, you will feel the love for the siblings. Okay, and now, as always, the kind of planet 11th lord is will change the dynamic of the 11th lord into the third house, right? So 11th lord into the fourth house. Fourth house is about the fourth house is about the emotional stability, your privacy, your private life. All that cancerian and deep emotional states can be seen with the fourth house. Now the lord of the gains is into the fourth house. I have seen people with this placement are very content. Excuse me. So 11th lord is the karma trine house. Karma trikon houses are the houses which will distract you. We oftentimes want the karma trikon house, like we want that fulfillment of desire, we want that partner, we want that hobby, something. But all these three houses, the karma trine houses, distract you from your true path. And what is your true path? 159, the dharma trine. Okay, so here the lord of the 11th house is going into the fourth house of happiness, emotional stability, and most importantly, contentment. I have seen people with this placement very happy. Like to have material things and not to get attached, or not to attach at least the happiness with those material belongings. That's what happens with this placement. 11th lord into the fourth house is a great placement. And if again, the planets will matter. What kind of planets? If you have cancer ascendant, let's assume you have cancer, then the lord of the 11th house is Venus. And now this Venus is going into the fourth house of Libra, right? So it is a well dignified and uh, strong planet. Venus will get the strength into the fourth house, just like Sun will get into the 10th house, or Saturn will get into the seventh house, or uh, Saturn will get into the seventh house, or Mercury will get into the first house. Okay, Venus will get it into the fourth house. Now, again, things will change. The Lord of the 11th house, Kama Trikon house, is Venus, and is placed well dignified, strong into the fourth house. So these people will have the material possessions. Like these people will have comfortable homes, conveniences, all those things. But at the same time, they will not be attached to it. Okay. Again, you have to look for the Rahu Ketu association, the lords, and all those stuff, and that will change the things. Okay. So yes, guys, if you are getting value from this video, don't forget to hit the like button. It helps me, it inspires me to create more and more content for you. Next, we are talking about the 11th lord into the fourth house. Now we have to connect for the 11th lord into the fifth house. Now let me see the comments. Okay. So fifth, the 11th lord into the fifth house. Fifth house is defined. Okay. So it makes these people loving, caring. Okay. And when it comes to relationship, these people have a great potential for loving relationships, because now the lord of the fulfillment of desires, the Kama Trikon house, is coming into the house of love and romance. Again, what is this planet will make the difference. If it is again Venus, which resonates more with the love and romance, it will be a different experience than Saturn being the 11th lord is coming in here. Okay. So next is 11th lord into the sixth house. Now sixth house is the house of delays, dates, arguments, and it is one of the Dushtana house, and it is 8 places away from the 11th house. Okay, it is 8 places away from the 11th house. 11th house is the house of gains, and it is obstacles, challenges. Okay, the lord of the gains is coming into the challenges. So what it shows is, again, sixth house is house of disease. More than, I consider it as the house of health. Like if you have a strong sixth house, well placed planets, the lords of the sixth house, well aspected, and sixth house will give you great health. So when the lord of the 11th house is into the sixth house, it shows that these people have to be careful not to overindulge into the pleasure activities, not to overindulge into the activities which might be unhealthy. You have to be careful, right? Like not taking enough sleep, or uh, having junk food. If you have junk food, it is going to have its impact on your health. We all have our days when we feel like eating, right? We want that. Usually when it personally I feel that, w- I believe what you eat matters a lot, because that is going to become you, right? So I'm always full about what I'm taking inside my body. Okay, next is 11th lord into the 7th house. 11th lord into the 7th house shows 11th lord into the 7th house shows that, again, the lord of the Kamatrikon house is coming in